Okay, so welcome back, guys. Today we are playing Detective Grimoire, which is the first game to Tangled Towers. 107 or 007. The area of the beginning. I have headphones. You need sound properly experience this game. Okay.
Last night, a murder occurred in a remote part of this swamp. A small tourist attraction, deep within the heart of the marsh.
Hold on. A tourist attraction? Here? I don't get it. Why would anyone come here by choice?
I've explained this already. This area is famous.
Famous. All I read was that some idiot thought they saw an alien here 100 years ago.
Get your facts straight for once. We're talking about a creature that's lived in this swamp for over 60 years.
Okay, so it's a 60-year-old alien. I still don't see why it matters.
If it matters to anyone, it's you. That creature is our prime suspect.
The murder suspect?
That's right. This is no Loch Ness monster. You need to be taking this
Are we
seriously.
No,
boats
come on.
beside each other?
How am I supposed to arrest something that might not exist?
You've always enjoyed a challenge before. You can start by reading this.
Our case file? There's not a lot of it, is there?
As usual, we only know the bare essentials at this point.
Okay. Police file. What does this say? Boggy? Boggy Bog? Boogoos Bog. Richard Remington, founder of the tourist attraction Boggy's Bog, was found dead outside his office at 20:45 last night. Exact cause of death is unknown. 3 small wounds to the chest suggest an attack from a clawed creature. Slime around the wound and footprints found at the scene suggest the culprit was Boggy, the legendary swamp creature. Any of the 7 other people present in the swamp last night could hold vital information. That's the wounds and the footprints. Okay, and that's the suspect. A happy, smiley green guy.
Our murder victim, Richard Remington, he was in charge of this,
Yes.
tourist attraction. Boggy's Bog? What a name.
Boggy is the name of our creature. Well, nowadays it is.
You mean that stupid cartoon character? I've heard of him. That thing is our murder suspect?
There's more to Boggy than the cartoon character, I promise you. This is the place it all began. You'll find out soon enough.
No, we're on the same boat. Chapter 1, A Swamp Full of Secrets.
Your case file is in the top right.
Okay.
You can look at your clues and suspect profiles in here. When you've collected some, of course. I'll stay and guard our boat, so if you're confused, come back here and I'll help you.
Okay. So this game was the first in Grimoire.
That's where I need to go. I can switch to walk mode with the button in the bottom right. Oh, and if I'm feeling confident, I can turn off those sparkly hit icons in the options
Okay.
menu.
So, talk to this girl.
Wow, you didn't get lost yet.
No, I only just got here. Who are you?
You don't remember. Of course, you're not great at remembering. I should be offended, though.
I've never seen you before. You're that little weird girl from the fairground. I remember you, but I've been trying to forget.
You're that weird girl from the fairground.
Saw your hat blow through here already. You must be slow, if it wouldn't even wait for you.
Well, if you let me, I'd better go after it. You can wait here and be
You'll
faithful.
get lost. I would never forgive myself if I let you go through without the map.
You have a map of the swamp?
Not anymore. I'm giving it to you.
You should really stay here. It's dangerous. There's been a murder. Though I suppose you know all about it already?
They're saying it was the creature, but it can't be him. He doesn't seem like a killing sort of creature. Nope. He's a different sort of creature.
Wait, what do you mean? If you... she disappeared. I might pretend I imagined her.
Yeah, so a lot of things are different. So this is like the notes. Suspects. That's all I got so far. That's my items. And that's the people. Okay, each one brings me to the same thing anyway.
Is an opportunity for a photographic memento. The two characters are an explorer and Boggy himself. Are they fighting?
Yeah.
It's an old statue of Boggy. His feet are hidden in a bucket of murky water. I still don't quite understand why we have a tourist attraction here. Don't forget to use walk mode to move
Yes,
around.
yes.
Just my luck, the gate's closed. Looks like I can move these metal latches around.
Okay.
I should just have to slide at least one of them out of the bottom of the lock. Then I'll be able to get through this gate. Probably. Hey, nice. I might get one of these from my office. This is the tourist attraction?
Yes.
The whole thing just doesn't make sense to me.
The music and the background is similar.
Let's do some thinking. Drag any two stray thoughts
Yes.
into those slots of a and
the
flip
same
through
as the last
to make a
time.
sentence. Tap the
Yep,
confirm button.
uh-huh.
I just have
Okay,
to
get outta
reach a
here.
conclusion. Boggy's bog seems like the middle of nowhere.
The swamp is way too big for, isn't warm enough for, is far too remote. The swamp to be so smart to make any money.
The swamp is far too remote for the tourist attraction to make any money. It's really bugging me. What's the story behind this place?
What's this?
There's a hollow part of the tree right at the front, but it's too dark to see inside.
Cat.
Apparently, there's a museum to the left and a cafe to the right. I'm not hungry though. This place is putting me off food.
Okay, let's go to the museum.
A rather prominent tree stump looming over the wooden pathway. It's hard to ignore. Looks like this path leads towards the northwest corner of Boggy's Bog. I can't wait. I should visit the crime scene before I do anything else. I think Officer James said it was to the west.
To the west. Like I know.
There's a narrow path here leading up that hill and through the trees. It doesn't look inviting. I'm not sure it's part of the tourist attraction.
Okay. I go up it?
There's an open window above Remington's body. One of the curtains is ripped and hanging on the outside. So, this is where they found Remington's
Sure
body.
is. Yeah. Would you show me the case file?
The strange footprint stopped right by these reeds. Maybe I should take a closer look. Maybe I can move some of them out of the way.
I'm clicking and dragging and I'm pulling away.
A strange pair of green flippers, badly hidden in the reeds outside the office.
Dude. Strange green flippers. Who left these lying around? Well, Boggy wouldn't be wearing no green flippers.
I can't get in here without a key. And I don't feel like kicking the door down. Maybe if I get desperate later on.
Okay, so I can't do anything else right now?
I can't get in here without... Maybe if I...
Fine. Who you?
Let's get this investigation started.
Oh?
Alright, let's see. Another suspect for my notebook.
That's a little rude.
No, I'm sorry. Did I say that bit out loud?
Maybe not. Maybe I can hear your thoughts.
So would you be able to answer my questions before I asked you?
Would you be able to question my answers before I tell you?
I could try.
I'm Bobby Burl, professional cameraman. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Detective Grimoire. I'm here to investigate last night's murder. Obviously.
Grimoire. Strange. Is that your first name?
My 23rd name, but it's the one I like the best. My first name was the first name. It is my second name. Detective is my first name.
It's my second name. Detective is my first name.
Your job.
So you already told me what you do, but now, why would a cameraman be working here?
I go where I'm needed. Vincent wanted to come to the swamp, and I was happy to help.
Vincent Vanderpeer. You mean that man standing on that rock over there?
That's right. I've worked with him for many years.
Is he your boss?
Oh, I don't know about that. We work together. He's tried to film here before, but he never got permission until about a week
Okay.
ago.
Oh, really? But why did he want to come here in the first place?
If you're looking for a reason to write down in your notebook, I'm sure he can tell you if you ask him. I'm just the guy who carries around the camera.
You always carry that camera with you?
Most of the time.
Last night.
You were here yesterday, I presume? Last night?
Yes, I was.
Here, in this clearing?
No, I was over at the cafe getting something to eat. Richard Remington was there too.
Remington? You saw him last night? Just before the murder?
That's right, I saw him. He left the cafe looking rather ill. I offered to help, but he just wanted to go back to his office. He looked like he had a lot on his mind.
He was ill yesterday?
Perhaps it was something he ate.
Wasn't a clue. Clippers?
What is it? Some evidence from last night's murder?
Present profile.
You should ask someone else.
There's a thing locked.
So you already... What?
I didn't want to click
I
that
go-
again.
Vincent Van... You mean...
That's right.
I'm gonna talk to Vincent.
Yes, do you have a message for me?
No. I don't think so.
Then why are you here? I'm incredibly busy.
You don't look it. Who are you, anyway?
What a question. You're serious? I am Vincent Vanderpeer.
The famous movie director?
The artist, the visionary, the auteur. I'm a man of many talents.
Let's hope you have a talent for answering my questions. That's very talented beard you got there, at least. I heard your work was going downhill.
That's great. Let's hope you have a talent for answering my questions.
You're in my light. Could you take a few steps back, please?
But then I'd be too far away to talk to you.
I know.
Can anyone just walk in here and start filming?
The Ghost. This is from one of the other games. The Ghost. Only recently got permission. To leave the swamp forever to film here in the swamp.
Bobby Burrow only recently got permission from Richard Remington to film here in the swamp.
I think it's gotta be Vincent. My eyebrows.
Vincent Vanderpeer only recently got permission from Richard Remington to film here in the swamp. I wonder if Mr. Vanderpeer has been breaking rules. Or maybe he'll have an excuse.
I talk to him again. Your job.
What's a famous guy like you doing in a place like this?
Quite. I'm sure you're thinking, why doesn't he send an assistant? But that's not the way this director works.
But what are you doing?
I'm feeling, I'm experiencing, I'm discovering. This area, the history, the atmosphere, it's the perfect setting for my next film. I'm on a scouting mission to get to know this swamp before I begin work on the latest masterpiece in a string of masterpieces.
You're making a movie about Boggy? About the swamp creature?
Of course. He's a fascinating individual, isn't he? So mysterious.
No idea. I haven't met him yet. Is that your cameraman over there?
Yes, that's right. Bobby Burl, my faithful right-hand man. Well, faithful enough, you know.
No, I don't know.
He's an expert cameraman. Really knows his trade, of course. But he gets a bit muddled when it comes to priorities.
Like how? You mean he's lazy? He doesn't look lazy. Looks a bit scary.
Oh no, nothing of the sort. He just has a little hobby that sometimes distracts him from his work. But I wouldn't want anyone else shooting for me.
Last night.
Were you working yesterday? Here in the swamp, I mean?
Indeed I was working. Very hard indeed. Well into the night.
Hard work, is it? Getting to know the swamp?
You jest. But yesterday I was getting even more involved than usual. Yes. Difficult to comprehend, I know.
So what kind of work were you doing?
Well, I was, unable to find my faithful cameraman last night. He had hidden himself quite completely from view.
Bobby Burrow, right? Did you need him to film for you?
Always. But being a resourceful type of man, I stepped up and took on the responsibility myself. I was filming in this exact area, in fact.
You were filming? Last night? Here?
Yes, at the time of the murder, I believe. But wait, I know what you're thinking. Now, don't forget, I'm not here to shoot some experimental documentary. I have no interest in late-night surveillance footage.
Did you see anything at all? What is it you were filming?
The water. I was filming the water. It's a fascinating subject, one that has me captivated to the point where
So, you didn't see anything useful? Aside there for a minute.
Nothing useful to you, my good detective. But there are some odd sounds on the audio track. Nothing but wild animals going about their nighttime rituals, I'm sure.
Is there something I should ask the cameraman?
My lost hat. Told me that was one of the reasons. Doesn't explain why. Lied to me. Told me that was one of the reasons. Doesn't explain why. Since I dread the night sky, Bureau was the murderer is nowhere to be found last night. Was so useless. Came to this swamp in the first place. Was the murderer? It doesn't lie to me. Told me that. Well, there was nobody found last night.
Vincent Vanderpeer told me that Bobby Burrow was nowhere to be found last night. Simple enough. What was Mr. Burrow doing last night that meant he couldn't help out his
He was
boss?
in the coffee shop?
I don't know if it's any use to you at all.
Oh, I paused it.
I'll film again tonight and try to get a version without all those bizarre noises in the background.
I unlocked the charm.
I heard this isn't the first time you've tried to film here.
Where? In the swamp? What are you talking about?
Remington has denied you the filming permission in the past. Remington never found out about your previous attempts. You tried to film here before the camera broke.
Remington has denied you the filming permission in the past.
Oh, that. Nothing but the natural process of being in a profession like mine. Every situation simply requires the right approach before the gears start turning smoothly. You understand, I'm sure.
Why did Remington not want you filming here? And why did he change his mind?
It wasn't even up to him. This area is protected, you know. There are certain rules, certain regulations. I encounter this kind of thing all the time, really.
That doesn't explain why he changed his tune. It's a little suspicious.
Why would you say that?
A famous movie director suddenly gets his way.
Okay.
I wonder how that happened. Time to use my notebook. Just drag an item onto the paper to draw the idea.
Money?
Right. That's the one. I think you bribed Remington to get the filming rights.
Well, bribe is a strong word. It was just a little arrangement between friends. Nothing worth getting upset about. I simply promised him a cut of my next movie's profits. It made sense, since he owned the area anyway. Just a favor for a favor.
So you would have owed him money.
Only a small percentage, simply out of courtesy. And not for a long time, either.
Challenge completed. What is this? Footage recorded last night at the exact time of the murder. Filmed by Vincent Van Deer in a clearing of the west side of swamp near the crime scene. There is nothing to see but various clues can hear on the audio track. Listen to them in order. Can I move them? Okay. Doesn't see it.
I heard from Mr. Vanderpure over there that you were nowhere to be found last night.
Didn't I say I was at the cafe?
Yeah, you did. But your director needed you for some filming, and he couldn't find you. What were you doing that was so important?
Well, let's see. After I ate, I had a walk around the swamp. I didn't have my camera, so I was free to stretch my legs for once.
Where was your camera? Don't you carry it around with you all the time?
No, not all the time.
And he used it. You lost in the swamp, went to look broken.
You left it with Vanderpure, and he used it instead that night.
That's right, he was looking after that camera. So I went for a late-night stroll. This place is beautiful in the evenings.
You just walked around? You didn't do anything? Didn't see anyone?
Well, I can't say that. I have various ways to pass the time, you know.
You're collecting samples of the swamp water. Vanderdeer says that you have a hobby on the side. You got lost in the swamp and trying to get out.
Vanderpure said you had a hobby on the side.
Is that what he said? Well, yes, he's right. I brought 2 cameras with me when I came here. I left my video camera, yes. But I have another one. It's much smaller, and it only takes black and white photographs. You know the kind I mean?
A really old one?
Yes, I suppose so. I've always enjoyed traditional photography, and this place is a wonderful opportunity to take some pictures of a natural environment.
So, you were having some time off to take black and white photographs? For fun?
Only one photograph. You have to be disciplined when you're not using a digital camera.
Can I see it?
Of course. I took it near the woods at the back of the swamp. It's quite an interesting shot, but the light qualities weren't perfect. Here we are. Feel free to
Okay,
take
I
a
will.
look.
Wait, what? This is a photo?
I haven't developed it yet. I only took it last night. Just brush the developing fluid over the photo to reveal the image.
Oh, okay. It looks like Boggy.
What? Is that Boggy? The swamp creature just standing in the water?
It could be. Personally, I'm not convinced, but I'll let you decide for yourself.
A blurry photograph taken by Bobby Bureau shortly before the murder. It shows something that looks like Boggy in the woods at the back of the swamp. The being in the photo seems to have long legs. But there's statues of Boggy all over the place. There's 2 more that I haven't unlocked. Hey, let's go to the museum finally. La 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 la.
I don't think it's a window, but this hatch is shut at the moment. I can't see inside. This side of the museum is surrounded by blue and
Sure
red
is.
flowers. That's the logo for Boggy's Bog. So, I'm guessing this museum is an official part of the tourist attraction. I hope they don't charge an entrance fee. That museum is quite which makes it... Is it being held up in wooden supports? It's bizarre.
It's leaning for sure.
That museum is quite a nice build, which makes it look even more out of place in a swamp. Is it being held up in wooden supports? It's bizarre.
Let's get in the museum.
The door's jammed unless I can get these brass handles out of the way. It seems like I can rotate them around, just until the gap in the middle is clear. That top hat guy would have so struggled with this
Who?
one.
Okay, there's a man in here.
Let's see here. This journal belonged to the explorer, who first discovered Boggy in this swamp 60 years ago.
Okay.
I'd better take a look at this.
Oh, he's cute.
This journal, it's full of drawings and notes all about Boggy. It seems to be the centerpiece of the entire museum.
A journal recorded 60 years ago by an explorer who first visited the swamp. The only record of Boggy's existence contains notes and sketches on the appearance of the swamp creature. Boggy is shown with 3 small claws on each arm. Boggy's feet are always hidden in the water. There seems to be a page ripped from the back. Oh, there's his little fingers.
Models of Boggy's claws. Hold on. What's this? Something doesn't seem right here. I think I should try arranging these models into pairs. Something seems out of place.
Okay. According to historical sketches, the skin would have a number of spots and patterns similar to that to a total frog. 3 prompt quotes supposedly the primary weapon of the bog monster. Some early discussion use also
I don't think these gloves are part of the exhibit. It looks like someone tried to hide them here.
They're not part of the museum exhibit, that's for sure. It's a door.
There's a little door in the wall here. I think it leads outside. It's locked, though.
Can I click on the helmet?
Apparently, this is the exact hat worn by the explorers 60 years ago. It seems everyone is destined to lose a hat or two in this damn swamp. It's a poster from the old Boggy cartoon show.
Aw, cute. Another story from Boggy's Bog. Alright, let's talk to this man.
Let me guess, you don't work here, do you? I wonder if that makes you the first tourist I've seen today.
You're incorrect, detective. I am no mere tourist.
How did you know I was a detective? Was it my stylish trench coat, my sensitive, inquisitive manner?
It was the clueless expression on your face.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Right. That's it. You've done it now. What's your name?
I go by Folder. Agent Folder. What are you doing?
Writing bad things about you in my notebook. I'm doing a drawing of your beautiful face. I'm writing in my diary. It's been a long day.
I'm doing a drawing of your beautiful face.
What's your job?
So, if you're not a tourist, and you don't work here,
I am a scholar, an academic. I'm here to research the past and uncover the future.
So, you're visiting the museum. For fun.
Fun! Well, there's nothing so simple as fun to be had here. I come to this museum night and day to study its secrets.
Night and day?
Ah, what kind of secrets? It's just a museum about Boggy, right? The swamp creature.
He's one of the most intriguing modern examples of cryptozoology. A fascinating combination of scientific fact and wild speculation.
I'm with you on the speculation front. Although, come to think of it, people have been hinting that I should find out about the history of this creature.
A wise suggestion. And you've come to the right person. My knowledge far exceeds anyone else you might have met so far.
So, you'll help me?
I suppose I could divulge some of my findings with you, if you're in the mood for a little light reading. Let me find it for you. Oh yeah, this'll do. Something for beginners at least.
Information about Boggy collected by Agent Folder. Boggy's swamp became a protected area after the reports of hunting in the area. Boggy's appearance has changed from the original sketches in which he has 3 claws on each arm. Modern character has a simple fin-like arms instead to make him less threatening. No footprints were recorded in the journal, but some experts believe this information is out there somewhere. Yeah. Last night.
So, Mr. Folder.
Agent Folder.
Yeah. Were you here yesterday? What were you doing last night?
I was here, in the museum, going through my files one final time before disappearing into the night.
Don't museums usually close in the evenings?
They do. I've never been one to worry about other people's schedules. I come and go as I please. There's a key
Music
to every
camera.
lock, Detective.
Oh, so you have the key to the museum?
Of course I don't. Why would you think that?
Well,
Once again, that clueless expression. I use a lockpick and get in through the small side door. I have a right to be here, you see. Remington has no business locking me out,
Why do you
so
have like
I
a
don't let him.
rope drawer in
You
your
just admitted
pocket?
to breaking the law. If everyone did that, my job would be a lot easier.
It's not my best lockpick. This new one's cheap. I used to own one, a superior model. Unfortunately, I misplaced it in one of the darker corners of the swamp, so I don't...
I'm writing down your confession about sneaking around here at night.
Then what are you gonna do? Report me to Remington? Good luck, my friend.
Present a clue. Gloves.
The real swamp creature had claws. 3 on each hand, to be
Yeah.
precise. Why does the costume just have these pathetic fins instead?
Clippers.
Guesswork. Nobody can know what Boggy's feet look like. It's his greatest secret.
Map?
I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again.
What about this photo?
Actually, this is a classic example of a cryptid photograph.
What's a cryptid?
A creature unknown to science. Look at the slight blurring in this photo, the murky exposure. It's perfect.
It's perfect because it can't really be used as evidence?
Now you're catching on.
What about the film footage?
I have no interest in something like that. Obviously.
What about this?
An important piece of the puzzle. This journal is a key to unlocking the history of this place.
What about this?
You're wasting your precious time, Detective.
What about this one?
This file goes over some basic differences between the genuine creature and the cartoon character.
Oops. What about this guy?
Next time, only show me something if it's important. Let's make that a rule.
What about this guy?
This person is of no interest to me whatsoever.
What about this guy?
If I cared about that person, I would know everything I need to know
Oh,
already.
that was you.
Are you asking about the cartoon character? Because I have no interest in such childish matters.
No, I think I'm asking about the actual creature. What's the difference anyway?
Everything!
What about Mr. Armtown?
The man was a fool. That's all you need to know.
Okay. What's this?
Some educational facts about swamps. Did you know swamps are gross? Yes? Yes, I did.
Okay, let's back up. This way goes back. What's this way then?
This staircase is a tree. And this tree is a staircase. And this place is so weird.
Why is that weird? What's this?
Someone please tell me why there's a house here. Well, the lights are on. Maybe somebody's home.
Okay.
The latch is broken on this door. Seems I can fix it with those 3 cogs if I just put them in the right place. Once they're on the right pins, I can move the handle at the bottom to try and open the door.
Okay. Oh.
Perfect. I am amazing.
Ooh. A feather for a head.
You just walked straight into my house,
Yes,
did
you
you?
did. Not exactly. I had to climb up here first. I'm paid to walk into people's houses. I should have rung the bell.
Not exactly. I had to climb up here first.
Normally, I have methods for dealing with unwanted attention. But I can make exceptions for harmless idiots.
Do you get any attention up here?
Most of the time, people like to leave me alone. But I don't think you're going to, are
Sure
you?
not.
No. I could make an excuse and say it's my job to ask you about last night, but to be honest, I climbed all the way up here and I just like being indoors.
Well, if you insist on staying, I'll tell you. I'm Lady Weybridge, and I think you might be climbing up the wrong trees.
I'm Detective Grimoire, and I think I might agree with you.
What is your job?
What do you do here? Did you work for Richard Remington?
I was living here before that man was even born. And I have absolutely nothing to do with him, or his little tourist attraction.
You're exaggerating. How long have you been here? Just in this treehouse? What do you do up here?
I've been here longer than anyone. Even longer than, well, anyone.
I like numbers.
60 years, something like that.
What have you been doing for that time? If you don't mind me asking.
I have many reasons to be here, but I won't bore you with all the details of my life.
I'm sure there's one detail worth writing down.
I like to study the plants and flowers in this area. I've learned many things from them.
What about this little chemistry set you've got on your table?
I wouldn't call it a chemistry set. But if you bring me an object that has liquid on it, or inside it, I'll tell you what that liquid consists of.
Okay.
Wow. How do you do that?
Chemistry.
A page from Weybridge's book of pressed flowers contains information about all the flowers in the swamp and where they grow. The green and red species only grow on the side door of the museum and can't be found anywhere else. Okay. Good to know. Where were you last night?
Your job is to ask me about what happened last night.
Do you even know what happened last night?
I know more than you might imagine.
No. That sounds useful. Can you tell me? What were you doing?
I was here, in my house, by myself.
What else?
That's it.
Thanks. Just give me a minute to write all this down.
Would you like some clues?
They're samples of flowers that grow in this
Sure are.
area. 2 of them you don't see very much anymore. And 1 of them only grows around the museum.
Or is this file?
No, thank you.
Okay. Map?
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to
Okay.
help.
What about this photo?
You can put that away. I can't help you with it.
What about this?
No,
thanks,
thank you.
she says. What about it?
This is a 60-year-old journal. It was on display in a museum.
I know what it is.
I thought you might.
Is it yours?
If you bring me something with liquid on it,
Oh, these gloves.
Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid into the cauldron, then tap the faucet.
Okay. Sample.
And now, we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients.
Blue. Yellow.
Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists
Ow.
of. I'll write it down in my notes.
you can put that away.
Okay, what about people?
Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree. I'm not even sure who that is. A fascinating old woman who lives in a wonderful treehouse. I heard she wasn't so keen on visitors, though. You should ask someone else.
What about Boggy?
Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree.
What about Mr. Undertow?
I have nothing good to say about that man, so I won't say anything at all.
Great. Thanks for speaking with me.
The owner of this house seems to enjoy reading, though I'm not sure what else there is to do up here, actually. There's a whole load of needles and wool on that shelf. Or should I say yarn? I just don't know anymore. A little blanket on a little bed in a little house. It makes very little sense. I'm indoors. What a treat. There's a book on the table. I think it's a book about flowers. How fascinating. I must take some time to read it. This is like an oven? Or is it just a boiler? It's so old-fashioned it hurts my brain.
No. Okay, goodbye. Oh, the cafe finally.
Predictably, a trash can. And I just can't resist taking a look inside. The glamorous life of a detective. My favorite part of the job. Maybe there's something underneath the trash in here.
A doodle.
Hello, what's this? Just a piece of paper? Or something more sinister?
These look designs for a Boggy costume.
Are we really talking about a swamp creature here?
Design that was inside. And the trash is flames. What is this? This photo is what Earl's photo is showing me.
The costume design I found in the trash can explains what Burrow's black and white photo is showing me. My detective's intuition is kicking in. That black and white photograph. I'm not sure I'm looking at the real Boggy here, and I think these designs I found in the trash can might be the answer. I'll ask around, see if anybody knows anything about this. Oh, and I should start looking for the costume itself. If I can find that, there'll be some pretty impressive evidence.
Oh, so we finished chapter 1, and I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye.